Okay, so the second one I'm about to do, unlike the other ones, I actually didn't think of until now. So it's a John Moxley themed one, based off his actual good theme and not his horrible Death Riders theme. And that is just simply saying, and it's a one pager, instead of the other one, which was two. Wait, I need to show that off better. So, like, this is the front of the card, but when you open it, it opens up to the one I showed you earlier, the banger. That's how that works. Anyway, back to the first one. I'll just do a frame. And then heart frame. And then just put the image of John Moxley into it. And I think that Wikipedia has a good one because I think it adds comedy. The juxtaposition between what you're saying and what John Moxley is doing, and it also fits John Moxley because it's what he is doing. That's not good on it. That's better. But now he's too long. But at least the heart crest matches his hairline. But we need to make it shaped better. I guess I should make this heart bigger. Zoom out. Make it smaller. I think this is the best as a heart shape I can get. Maybe make it not touch in the center rather than touching the bottom. And then add text. I could add the other lyrics, like "You Make My Heart Sing," or at least I think that's what the lyrics are of Wild Thing. His theme, "You Make My Heart Sing," but I'll just add, to be simple, "You're my wild thing." And what color should I make the text? Maybe like a deep red. Maybe I should make this different color. It looks a bit brownish, but also dark enough to fit Moxley, not Moxie. I think that's good. It's like perfect between bright, like reddish, and grittiness. And maybe a bit not that. Yeah, I think that's the best amount of, like, because you don't want it too saturated. So I think this should be good. Well, but you don't want it to not pop out. Okay, that's good. Okay, John Moxley went down. You're my wild thing. You're my wild thing. Okay, now on to the third one from a one-pager. This is going to be a one-pager as well, but it's going to be double size. Wait, I don't need frame. I need a square. So it's going to be Eddie Guerrero theme. So I think you could probably guess, if you know Eddie Guerrero's past stuff, outside of the cheating, you can probably, like the lie, cheat, steal stuff, you can probably guess what I'm going to do with Latino heat. I found this picture, and then I think I'm going to remove the background too, but I need to download it first. Thank you to Spin on Twitter for this image. And then, yeah, removes the background. Hopefully this is not like a site where you need to buy like a premium to download more than a certain amount of images, or like to put a certain amount of images into the background remover. But I think maybe this would work too, but I think I want to change it because I already used this background. Yeah, I think that's good because it's different from the other ones. Yeah, it's pinker than this and then lighter than that. So it's like in between. And it's just simply another question. Will be my Latino heat? Question mark. And then red. It should be larger because there's a lot of space. And I'm going to add the roses from his Latino Heat logo. But what should it be this color? I think this is good. And then I'll look up the logo. Yeah. Wait, what happens if I try to remove the background to this? Because I want it to fit in. Because if it's just a random block of black, it doesn't really fit the image, what I'm doing. And yes, I know some of you might find issue with me not downloading and saving, but I don't really do that, and then I regret it later, which is me with a lot of things. Don't do something then, regret it later. Just how I'm recording this at 2:50 a.m. without my parents' permission, because they don't know I'm doing this. And they'd be mad if I was, and I'd be sneaking down to grab the laptop to record this. Because I was trying to record the Origins video, the Origins Easter egg video. But back to this. How should the logo be? I think this is good. Make Eddie bigger. And then I also thought you can make another version of Eddie Guerrero. And I might actually, I think I'll do that now, of like, I will never cheat. But that's not very trustworthy, is it? So that's the third one down. Few more to go. Okay, so what should we do next? I guess we could do the other Eddie version I was talking about. But is there any other ones because I remember thinking of a few. Oh, I just thought of one. It's another 2-pager because it's a punchline thing. And you'll see the joke because you know how birthday cards, and I assume Valentine's Day cards are like this as well, where you open the card and there's a punchline when you open it. So I'll just put on the front. I love you. And is this a good? It's original, but I'm not sure if this background is a good color because I want to make it unique, but also good. I think that's best I get with this strat. Yeah, I think it's. And then on this. And that's the truth. Happy Saint Patrick's Day. And that's not a mistake, as you might be able to guess if you know where I'm going with this. Our truth. What image? This is an older image, but I think it's good. Because I want to get his unique, his great smile in there. Oh, I need to save it, right? Save image as. Thank you to Clutch Points for this image. Wait, why am I doing? This already doesn't have a background, so to cut out the middleman, even though it's not as great as I don't like the pictures much because it has his short hair when he was Ron Killings or when he pretended to be something new. Well, I can't really talk on that since I wasn't really watching, so I can't really complain. And then have him peeking out at the end. And yeah, so yeah, the joke is he doesn't even know what holiday it is, even though it's obviously a Valentine's Day card. And it looks shitty. Like, I'm just realizing these don't really look that good. But I guess I don't want to put effort. It's probably funnier for you guys if they're not really that good. And it's even doubly worse for this one. But I think that fits our truth. Like, he tries, but that's what a steer does, as my father says. Steer is a male bull that's been castrated. You get to fill in the blanks on what he's trying to do. In that case, the bull. And then that's one. Let's do. Well, 3 more. What to do. Because I had ideas, but I don't think I like, you know that feeling when you know you had another more ideas, but you don't exactly remember what. I think that's happening with me. But I do remember one. And this is more modern. Or I guess R-Truth is technically modern. But he's a vampire, so of course he's always with the times. But this is more present day. And how will I make it a different, like baby blue? Actually, is this baby blue? I don't know. But a more purpley color rather than the reddish theme I was going with. And this is another simple statement. And this is 2-pager, but it's all, I guess it's landscape rather than portrait like with the other card. And you're the live to my Dom. I guess it makes it smaller because it doesn't really work on 2 pages if it's along there. And then I'll just add Dom and live. And then good. And this works both ways. Wait. I guess it's the female version. So I should make a male version and then a gay version, which you'll see what the 2 people I picked for that one. And it's rounded edges, which I'm not sure if any cards does do that, but I don't think I'm really turning these into cards, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so on this one, Liv's going to be on the left side, and then Dom's going to be the right on this one. But I only need to find 2 images, and then just flip them around. But should I find them separately? Like Liv and Dom, images of Liv and Dom separately, or together? I think, how about separately on each side, and then I'll put them into one in the middle. Of course, I needed to download. And I'll download all the image. Wait, is this background list? Thank you, Pro Wrestling Wiki. I think you made it background list. Go, thank God. I didn't want to lock it. Control Z. Oh no, Liv Morgan is duplicating. My father would hate that. So Liv's supposed to be on this side, I think. Because if it's the person giving the card, they should be on the left. Because you read left to right. Or in English, you do. The only normal language. Villains Wiki, really? Wait, what is he labeled under? In Villains Wiki. Evildoer? Yeah. He's not really a world conquering type of threat. Actually, I shouldn't underestimate Dom. Who knows? Thank you, Top's Ripped. My top is ripped. Ripped off for Dom. Or at least Liv's is. Yeah, these really do suck. But it shows talent. I'm not sure. I think I'll make it two-parted to this. Liv and Dom together. This is a wholesome one. Should I make it wholesome or kind of less wholesome? I'll go wholesome. And maybe I'll try with the background first and then see if it'd be better to remove the background. Yeah, I should remove the background. This is a very handy dandy website. It's called Remove BG. I'll link it in the description. I thought it wasn't gonna work because it's taking so long. Make this bigger. And then it doesn't matter size. It's equivalent basically. And then you know what? I'll add Rhea upset in the corner. Yeah, I remember this image. She's distraught after getting her boyfriend taken away. Who was in the right for that? Like, was Dom in the right, or is he just being a jerk? Kind of amazing that Rhea was chosen. Another woman was chosen over Rhea. Thank you. I'll link this person. I don't know who they are. You live to my Dom. And this is my ex, basically. It's what you're saying to them. You're to live to my Dom, and then my ex is Rhea. And then if you're to live, then is their ex. Maybe then backward, and then duplicate, and then put in this one. Yeah, I guess it should be on Dom's side both times because Dom is the one she's upset over, unless she's wants to be with Liv. Liv was at least in kayfabe lesbian with Lana, so that makes sense. And then one last one for this part at least, and then I'll post. And then if this video does well, I'll make a part 2 tomorrow. And then this one is the gay version. You're the shock to my Billy. And then I'm feeling lazy, so I'll just add Billy and Chuck. Chuck together, so I don't need to find so many images. On second thought, I think it'd be good if it was a collage. What did Chuck ever do to this after this? Because I know Billy's DX. And was this his last thing? You did? Well, no, he's still wrestling. But what did Chuck ever do after this? He's probably the Marty Jannetty, isn't he? He is. Yeah, he probably is the Marty Jannetty of Billy and Chuck. Well, his name is second. Why did that image fail to download? Now it works. Okay, and then I'll add these images and then it'll be done. I have a few more ideas, but I think that I'll save it for the next episode. I guess this should be the main one because it's more of their bodies. And then, actually, no, this one is even more because I want it to. I think that's good. It's okay if they're in front of each other. Well, thanks for watching. Wait, actually, before I go, how to make cards from Canva. And then I'll see if I can turn these